The CEO of Disney, Bob Iger, got some criticism, certainly from the union, about his comment that this was just sort of the worst possible time to have this kind of negotiation because all of the strain on the industry.
Yeah, I think he's right, but they don't like that message, right? I think he's probably right. At the same time, he earns an enormous salary, so it's easy to point to it and say, what a greedy man, that kind of thing. And I get that, and I think it's important for them to talk about financials, but it almost has nothing to do with what's going on in Hollywood right now, which is the streaming, this shift to streaming, which is necessary and important, is expensive. The economics aren't worked out. They've overspent. There's enormous competition between and among all the different companies, and nobody's figured out how to pay for people. Now, the actors are correct, is they should get a piece of this, and figuring out who values and who's valuable is going to be very hard. And but there is a real strain on these companies at this moment in time. It doesn't mean it's not going to change, but it certainly is one of those sort of Rubicon moments that Hollywood faces from time to time.
And I'm guessing that the giving everyone a 25% pay cut is not something that proposal from Barry Diller is not going to go anywhere.
No, I don't think so. But they're right in like what's their value, whose value is what, and who contributes to what, and what happens over time when you could use AI and all kinds of things to replicate things rather easily, including writers.
And that's what I want to ask you about is AI, because this isn't just the entertainment industry. This is every industry.
Everything.
People are saying, am I going to be replaced by a robot? But on that point, how is the tech industry thinking about this? Because when you hear the calls for legislation, things are not moving swiftly in Congress. They are just now really starting classified briefings on what AI is.
Right. Well, they haven't legislated the old internet yet.
Right.
Not in 25 years. There's not been one piece of legislation, not of privacy, not antitrust, not algorithmic transparency. So I imagine they'll get to this sometime in 2060, 70. I don't know. You know, they find this more interesting, and they're actually moving a little faster because it's a global issue. It's a global issue and a competitive issue with China, for example. And so they're thinking about it because of the implications of AI are much more profound. They're more like the shift, farming shift, the manufacturing shift, the internet shift. So this is a big moment, actually. I know Barry said it was undersung. No, it's not. I
He
thought
said that
crypto
about Hollywood, but then he didn't when he was talking about publishing.
Yes, publishing, of course. That's right. I think he's right. They're not going to suddenly make, you know, an AI, I don't know, Brad Pitt or something like that. He'll be around until his career is over, essentially, and be fine. But I do think that there's implications on writers and everybody. I mean, someone back in the green room just said, is AI going to kill us? And I'm like, what do you do? You know, he's a lawyer, and I'm like, oh, yeah, kind of, like a lot of what you do. But it's going to change what you do versus, say you're a lawyer writing a contract. It can write a contract, and then you can check it, and it could write it faster. If you're a PR person, it'll write a press release better and quicker. If you're in journalism, headlines faster and better, and then you can pick it. It's a lot like using a spreadsheet. I keep trying to explain to people, it's like you don't use a calculator anymore. You use a spreadsheet, and you don't think that that's put all these accountants out of business. It just changed their work.